we get into some of the headlines on the various national newspapers. We begin with the Vanguard. My name, by the way, is Ifeyemi Andrew. Remember that you can watch us live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Now, the importance of that is you not only get to watch, you listen, and you get the opportunity to drop your comments real time. So if you haven't joined our Facebook family, I would encourage you to do that now. It is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the Facebook handle. On YouTube, it's Nigeria Info PH. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. Also, you can use the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Now, that said, let's quickly take a look at some of the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. The lead one here says tax reform bills. Akpabio overrules Barrow. Now, the House has been divided over this bill, both the green and red chambers, and the situation is committees are set up and we're looking at best ways to handle it. The question always has been why. Federal government launches 20 billion naira consumer credit fund for locally assembled automobiles. That's another interesting one you'd like to read. Boko Haram, 10,000 people die in military custody. Amnesty International. And privatization of power sector, total failure, Senate. That's also on the Vanguard newspaper. I'll take a few more. OPEC extends Nigeria's 1.5 million barrels per day oil quota to 2026. And you would also find on the Vanguard newspaper, bank staff steals millions as police arrest card fraudster. That's on the Vanguard as well. And now quickly to the Punch newspaper, where they have some quite interesting headlines as well that would interest you. 29 states spent 2 trillion naira on travels. Others report 29 states spent 2 trillion naira on travels. Others reports. Now you can really check out the details. I saw this yesterday or early this morning, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Beyond the states, it would be interesting to also know how much the federal government spends on travels. So if you get into it, you would hear you see the breakdown of how much the various states spent, what is used, it's debt owed locally, foreign multilateral creditors. It will tell you all of those details. So for those of us who are interested, go get it. State governments borrowed 533 billion naira, generated 1.92 trillion naira IGR, serviced debt with 658 billion naira. Just yesterday, we heard the governor of Rivers State saying he's not borrowing for projects. The only place where there's a borrow would be the Ring Road project ongoing. So if you go on to this, you might find some things interesting to look at. That's on the Punch newspaper. Anyways, if you still look at the Punch, you see this. NEC delay. PDP BOT tackles NWC to meet Wike January. Labour Party condemns reps' defection to declare seats vacant. Work ongoing on Port Harcourt Refinery's second plant presidency. Now again, here we are back to this. Now it's the second plant. That's what they're saying. I wouldn't want to say too much. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. APC berates faction flooding Kanu with Jonathan's 2027 posters. APC berates faction flooding Kanu with Jonathan's 2027 posters. That's also on the Punch newspaper. Let's go to the phone lines. I'll be taking some of your calls now. On Facebook, a few comments already coming in for those who are watching on Facebook. So let's see how many of those we can take. Don't forget to use the WhatsApp number as well. 0809-030-6416. I'll be attending to as much as I can on WhatsApp. Okay, Samuel the Psalmist says, season greetings. The Nigerian police over the 78 hours of the incident. After 78 hours of the incident at Oginigba slaughter, I think it took the police force enough time to cook the lies? Is violence a means of installing peace? The original question would be, what was the unrest at the Oginigba market that brought the police to come and, restore peace? I think that would be like the fundamental question. Were there issues? Were they called upon because there were issues? There were unrest. There was, acts of crime, so on and so forth, and then they felt they need to do their job, constitutional role, and ensure peace and order. Is the peace as a result of what happened according to the accounts of those in the market, and then the police now had to come to restore peace because of what the police had been reported to have done at the time by the marketers? I strongly support tax reform bill. You can't destroy alcohol drinks in one place and also expect to share the money made from it in another place. This was something I saw Senator Dixon, former Bayelsa State governor, talking about on the floor of the House. Said that's hypocrisy to me. Christian Williams. But the reform bill is actually more than that. People only pick on that. There are many other things that you might see, and you might want to share the opinion of many others who do not align with it. Patrick Amadi also says here, I will urge the Labour Party not to declare any seat vacant for the sake of peace in the House. We're still suffering the same problem in the state here. Patrick Amadi. It's constitutional. If they feel like this is what has been happening, it's in the Constitution, and it's their right to exercise the rights given to them by the Constitution of the country. So I think pleading with them not to act on their rights is, well, they might decide not to, but from the situation of things, it doesn't look that way. On Facebook, Gift Inserim says, while we are commending the governor for his developmental strides, we shouldn't also forget to commend the commissioner for works, Tasia Amadi, who has been diligent in service. On Facebook, I see the post from the Ministry of Works, trying to highlight the things that they are doing. But it would be great if we're able to, have him on air once in a while to, talk to Rivers people, respond to questions, and tell Rivers people plans and some other things beyond the massive projects, the big ones that are being embarked on. It will also be great to know how the ministry intends to manage the issues we have with the small roads that need maintenance, that are in bad shape. How are we looking at those ones that we are using on a day-to-day basis, right? If you go to Cornerstone Junction, it's a mess. Do we have plans on how we can look at that? And there are many other areas that are of similar situation that needs attention. Blessed Ola on Facebook says CP of Rivers State should investigate activities of his men at UST police station, because there was massive arrest of innocent people, and they do it every evening from 6:30 p.m. Jeff Atipekwe says Martin Amewole is now the governor of Rivers State. Well, time shall tell. Please, the governor, Fubara, remember Amaku Igbodo Ichie Road. John says, as for police action on the Oginigba market, they never tell us who sent them. And Anobi says, please clarifies their presence at Oginigba market. No reason is good enough for that act. Larry Spieth says, I commend the Rivers State Commissioner of Police and his team for neutralizing a warlord from Aoda. They should keep it up and extend same action to other local government areas. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. I think that would be enough for Facebook. JJ, we'll start with you in Rumigbo. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. Good morning, JJ.
Andrew, good morning.
Yep, you're welcome.
It will be good and bad for the police this morning. I want to commend them for neutralizing the one that called himself General Two-Man. It's like they have two. You have two Baba now, you have two man. Maybe two girls will come later. But I want to commend them. I want to urge Mohammed Mustafa not to take captive, make sure smoking is the answer, because our people says that the last order that Gary will understand to come together is hot water. But I want to say a big thumbs down to the police this morning, and I challenge them to show us the court order that permit them to, where people are doing their normal business, smoke them with tear gas, water cannon them, and even possibly be part of, maybe allegedly, their money, their cow, and all their goods missing. Please, we challenge you to show us that court order that asks you to do that to law-abiding citizens by tear gassing them. See, what you have done is just an afterthought. You try to cook it like jollof rice, but it's not adding up at all.
All right, JJ, point made. We have to move on to another caller. Cookie Gam in Rural Lumeni, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. No.
Good morning, Cookie Gam. Go ahead, please.
Andrew, police give reason why they still block Ogorimba Slaughter Market. Andrew, I want to take Commissioner of Police River State. There's a River State, there's a man called Mbu in River State. There's a woman called Jisilaka in River State. History will not repeat itself 2 times again. It should be cautioned. I know it's River State. Be neutral. They are political River State politics. 2, Andrew, Governor commissioned school at Ahoda this morning. And I want to challenge all pressmen in River State. Go and check project this government is commissioning and is flagging off his building. It can't compare with any project any governor has built in River State for 84 years now. Andrew, we have visited that school, this government is commissioned this morning. It's a landmark school in the Ahoda local government today. Andrew, go and watch this governor project he's doing. It's not doing 1 kilometer road or 2 kilometer road like Bishop Okoye. It's doing a road that across local government to local government. Watch what they have commissioned that day. Watch what is commissioned between Elele and Amoko very soon. This governor is doing a lot in this state. I want everyone to join hands with this governor to put River State in landmark or River State politics.
All right, thank you very much, Cookie Gam. Let's go to D-Line. Frank is on the line now. Hello, Frank. Good morning.
Good morning. If you hear me.
Yep, go on, please.
Let me go to our in-house news where police killed Ikem, thank God, alias General Tuman. I want to, as an man, I want to advise my brothers and sisters in the village not to be killing themselves. I want them to lay down their hands. Killing is not good. They are demarcating Ahoda. For long now, Ahoda is supposed to be a city in River State here because of insecurity. Development cannot come there because people who want to come and invest there will not come because that place will not be conducive for them to come and do business. Please, for them to stop killing, please, I'm appealing to them once again that to let them embrace peace in a land. What we need is development. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Frank. Leighton Barry is in Bori. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ifeami Andrew.
All right, good morning, Leighton Barry.
Let me look at the Labour Party saying they will declare the seat of the lawmaker to defected to APC vacant. I think this is a joke taken too far by the Labour Party chairman. They have failed to understand that the law provides that if there is a problem in your party, that you are liable to defect and no law can convert you to lose your seat. And I think it's right time our people will begin to take cognizance of statements they make on air. Because by their position, they are supposed to know some of this and not to complicate issues. Secondly, in River State, Martins Amewule continues to make law. And I think I am relying on the law or the litigation that gives them that right, that they have the right to sit. And I want to urge them that whatever they are doing, they'll be able to cooperate and put other incidents that have happened in River State and not to sentiment it.
All
like
right.
the other judicial commission of inquiry that does not involve the ones that happen against the other people and they took one side. I want them to incorporate everything that has happened in River State so that it will have a face and we can justify.
All right,
what
very
they
much.
come up
Let's go
with.
to Rumo Kutada with Okonkwo waiting. Good morning, Okonkwo.
Good morning, brother. Hear me. Port Harcourt refinery begins work
On the second plant.
on the second plant. Sure. I thought they told us that they have finished everything there. That they have completed the refinery, the work in the refinery, and the refinery had begun to work. To its capacity, they say 70 capacity. Later said 90. What exactly that is happening now? So they didn't complete it, and they came and told us that they completed it, that everything was okay, everything was. had they started to work. But they fear me, what type of life is this one now? And deception. By my children teaching us that our young ones to lie and to deceive people. Che, thank you.
All right, Okonkwo, thank you very much. I had to laugh when he said Che. But then to say whether or not it's a lie, it's really hard, especially when you don't have all the information, and you might not get all the information. You never will. But it says it's working on a second plant. That much could be true. If they said it, it means it is true. Now, working on a second plant might not mean that the refinery is not functioning. After all, they have never said it's functioning 100%. They're trying to improve barrels per day every other time. So more details, I'm sure, would come out of the refinery, and then we'll know the true state of things. In the meantime, what you've heard is what they've said. Susie Nalakaya, good morning.
No, good morning. Let me agree with Martin Samehui on setting up another commission inquiry, and then also citing that even the law, the constitution, empowered them to do that. When this whole conflict started in Rivers State, I have always opined that we are going to have some kind of new issue of a locus classicus, even in law, because this conflict has given us certain evolutions as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria, or even in Rivers State thereabout. However, I also want to say that it's commendable that they are coming up with that, because like the last caller said, the Commission of Inquiry are set up by the government, even though he was also empowered by the Constitution to do so. For me, it's cherry picking, and at the same time, a kind of a lopsided. I have always argued, even sometimes when I say it on air, you as a person will now begin to say, why are we not being logical? The governor said the remote cause and the effect of actually what happened to be unraveled. And if we must go by that remote cause, why do we now have to choose one or two persons? I'm mentioning arson. Why don't also we look at how violence is generated as far as this issue is concerned, and then take it holistically? So for me, I want to commend Martin Samehui and want to ask him to actually do diligence to make sure that he also do the same thing, so that at the end of the day, while they are rolling out their own path, he is also rolling out, so that anybody that is called should come and answer too. All
right, thank you, Susie. Quickly now, Justice Ori says, kudos to the police in the state for their efforts in fighting crimes. That's on Facebook. Thank God. Ability says, 4 Labour Party reps, Ibori's daughter defects to APC. Imagine the Okada rider from Kaduna State who won his election due to Peter Obi's popularity. These guys have lost their seats. But it's politics. What were you thinking? I mean, it's politics. And well, constitutionally, the provisions are clear. If these individuals can prove in the courts that, well, there is a division indeed in our party, according to what the Constitution provides for, to be a division that can warrant one to, defect to another political party and retain their seat, then they do it. All right. If they can't, all right, then they have to, declare their seats vacant. So let's just allow the process, play out and see what happens. But it is politics. People will try to lobby you. The only thing is to hope that tomorrow they don't come out and say they did not go. All right. Or the APC comes out and says,
for more talk